What's up, everybody? This is Jimmy with Trading Decoded. It is January 15th, 2025, and this is the live trade version of today's video. The one thing I do want to say before you guys watch the clip is very simple. I hate big report days like this. When we get massive moves to the upside or the downside, knowing that it just feels artificial. And it makes it very difficult for me to both be comfortable playing calls or puts. Now, if you ever are uncomfortable in any trade, it's always best to consider just waiting until you are comfortable. Now, as I was trying to explain to the people in our community today, for me, I tried to explain why I am so aggressive at the moment in the morning. And I want to share that with you before I roll this clip really quick, because it's why I do it, right? It's not the right reason, but it is why I do what I do. As you'll see, we were leading into the open, coming off of lower highs. Now, I wasn't really comfortable playing puts because the market was so green. Like literally everything was green because of the reports this morning coming in cooler than expected. But lower highs under any other circumstance in any other day leads me to believe that if we break a support, that we should move down to the next support. And that's the trade that I took this morning. However, the point I want to make is my problem is that if I don't take a trade and I see too much of the chart, the amount of the chart that I had seen oftentimes makes me hesitate on wanting to take a trade. Meaning, let's just say you don't take a trade in the morning and then we start a nice big uptrend to the upside that you're not in. There's only a matter of time before we hit a point where you start to say, man, it's moved up so much, I wasn't in any of it, and now there's not going to be enough room left for me to make any money if I jump on the calls, right? And a lot of bad things can come from that mentality. Number one being, a lot of people will get frustrated and they'll take calls and they'll do it at a resistance, or they will literally time the top that you start to roll over, which you can't help, but that happens, seems like all the time. And number two, and even more importantly, is a lot of people think that, well, if I can't be comfortable taking calls, that means I have to take puts. And that's kind of the same problem that I suffer with. I could see a chart and I can tell you what it's likely to do because of statistics and probabilities, but it doesn't make it feel that much easier to trust the probabilities, right? We do our best as traders to focus on what, price action in my case, and support, resistance, and what is likely to happen if a certain set of events takes place. But you can't unsee the $6.50 move that we made 3 minutes after the reports came out. And naturally, you have to question, is there more room to the upside? In today's case, there was. But I'm going to let you guys go ahead and watch this clip. And then after the clip, we'll wrap up the video. And I will post a link to the second video of the day, which will cover all the trades that we did find with the justifications behind each one. And you will be able to find that link right up here in this corner. So you can click on it now if you'd rather watch that, or you'll find it in the card at the end of the video. But enjoy the clip. But whatever the case is, it is now 9:25. And as you guys can all see, we've had a massive move to the upside thanks to slightly cooler than expected inflationary reports. The market's happy. I hate these mornings as much as the next guy, simply because the move just doesn't feel natural. And therefore, by default, I feel like it's going to correct itself, and then maybe the market will have a nice trend up from there. It's very difficult for me to be aggressive on days like today. I will, Ragarici, just give me a minute here. I think we should attempt, as you guys read in the Spinalysis I highlighted, the word attempt and made it bold, to be patient today. At the end of the day, I would like to still follow the same rules that I follow without any kind of a bias. I don't have a put bias. I think it would be even more difficult for me to comfortably take puts than it would be to take calls. Everything in the top 10 is very green. We have pulled back to a line of support. Okay, so you got 3 lines of support here. We had our pre-market low, an actual line of support, and our futures line are all right here. So for the downside, and it might be an aggressive trade, I would like to see SPY get below that orange line that it's sitting on at the moment, with the hopes that we run right down to the next orange line. Okay, now that's not a huge move per se. Well, I guess it's big enough. It's 80 cents. That would be a nice trade to take if it worked out. To the upside, I mean, the problem I have here is that we're creating a new resistance right now, which would be just above this green line. If we got above, or this green candle here, if we got above 590.50, I would like to see it continue up to 590.91. So about a 40-cent move up. If it gets through that, we'd be looking for the next lower high that we created on the way down, which would be 591.30. So it would probably be wise to spread out our call put scenario just a little bit. What do you guys think? You think we should put one real tight here at 590.50? Or you want to move it up to 590.90? I'll get to the Qs in a second. All right, so we'll put the call line at 590.90 on SPY. For the Qs, it's kind of the same thing. Let's look for a break above the blue line on the Qs and a break below the orange line on the Qs. So 512, whole number by the way, 513 on the Qs, hoping to get down to 512.31, so a 70-cent drop there. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put those 2 lines here on the chart for the multi-chart. And what am I going to be prepared for? I'm probably going to try and have puts at the ready, just because we're so close to the line. It might be quick. I don't know. I'm not assuming that it's going to break this, let alone run straight down after that. Would be glorious to see that thing close the gap all the way down at 585, but that would be asking quite a bit from Steven. I like the fact, if you're looking for puts, that we do have a pretty strong support level here. You know, ADD is going to open very green. ADD is going to open very green. Everything in the top 10 is very green. We're just kind of pulling back in pre-market, which is the only reason I'm trying to aim for puts. But if it holds support and it starts to run up, we can't not play calls. I mean, we just, or you could wait and just be diligent and not do anything insane like random. It's going to be super expensive today. Contracts are going to be pricey, and let's see what happens. Let's get the old SPX up, and let's see where ADD opens and what it does when it. Oh shit! All right. Whoa. Okay. Well, where is ADD? ADD opened at 2200. Holy smokes. That was insanity. Contracts are a little bit cheaper than I thought they would be, but not by much. I am not in anything yet. NVIDIA, everything's kind of holding at the moment. Now the Qs went straight through that support and right down to the next one. Let's see if they can maintain that move down. If ADD was printing red, I might take that risk already. But it's not. But let's see. I'm going to go only because Qs are trying to go. SPY is trying to go. If SPY ends up closing back above 590.50, we got to take ourselves out of that trade. I probably should have paid more attention to the fact that the Qs were bottoming out on a support already. That would have been the smarter thing to do, because then you could have taken advantage of that nice little 25 cent, 30 cent move that we just saw there. So Nvidia's trying to come down. Qs are trying to push down, and SPY is trying to push down. But you have some buying there, understandably. And if this doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, and we reset. Qs are still trying to hold below that resistance. ADD is pushing up, and Qs get above that 5, that double top to their left right here. You gotta take yourself out of that. At least for me, it's the Qs. The Qs got me in. The Qs are gonna get me out. And yeah, so this one's gonna be an ouchie wouchie, I think. Let's see what happens here. 40 seconds. Yeah, ADD's pushing up. It's obviously going to make, and the Qs hit that support level and then stop moving down. That's the downside to trying to attempt to buy puts when you're so close to support. And that one is going to bite me. That one's going to bite me. That one's going to bite me. All right. Well, just like that, Jimmy's going to take. Is he? Look at the Qs. They're still trying to hold below that line. Man, this is painful. So the Qs got some sellers up there. We're still holding below that 513.38 line on the Qs. Well, Andrew, I like your optimism, but I think you're wrong. Andrew thinks it's going to drop. I hope you're right, because I don't want to take an L, although I might. It's very possible. If you get a chance to get out, you should probably consider doing that before it gets real bad. But if you're looking for the call scenario, Qs have not gotten above their resistance, which is going to make the ride up a little bit more bumpy until the Qs clear that resistance. If that happens, it's going to be a much quicker and cleaner move up on SPY. So just be ready if you're not stuck in a situation like I am currently. Okay. I am down, obviously, in this particular trade. Currently. His volatility is probably falling off a little bit as well. Qs are staying below that double top over there for now. ADD starting to print a little red. Hopefully that helps us. If the Qs can get back down to that 512.31, you'd have to probably be considering taking whatever SPY is willing to give you at that point. I doubt I would be green if that happened, unless ADD helps the cause here. So Qs are very much trying to hold the resistance that is this double top here. It's the only thing keeping me in this. Hopefully the Qs can get on their ponies here and start moving back down a little bit. That would be nice. Lots of buying going on. I'm just hoping that the sellers stay in the building long enough to make the buyers give up and allow us to get a pullback so that they could try and find more buyers. I don't mind a pullback. I don't need to win on this trade. It would be nice to win, but I would just rather lose less. I'd rather lose less. Okay. Ideally, what we originally wanted was SPY down to this orange line down here. And I'd like the Qs to come down to this orange line here. Starting to get better. I'm way less red than I was just a minute ago. hoping the Qs could push us down a little bit. I'm $100 a contract away from being even, now only $10 away. Now I'm in profit. Volatility must be picking up again. Is there any more left in the tank here? Come on, Qs. Come on, SPY. Help me out here. Come on, Qs. Give us a nice little push. Give us a nice little push. If either one of those beeps hit, I will take myself out of the trade. Otherwise, I'm just hoping we can get through this support here. Come on. Back to green again. Barely. It keeps hitting my buy price. We're on it again. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. I'm moving a stop into place. So I can't lose. I'm kind of hoping ADD drags SPY down a little bit more. Come on, SPY. Get to that line. Get to the line. I'm trailing my stop. I just tightened it up. And it stopped me out. God damn it. Ah, damn it. Steve's going to make me pay for it. Man, that was uncomfortable. I got the shakes again. The thing is, normally I would have waited for a candle close to see if the Qs close below this support, which would allow SPY to continue down. But, you know, it was very uncomfortable. And again, if you guys remember Monday's video, so we closed below it. Let's see if the Qs make it down to their next support. SPY just hit their line. And there's the beep for the SPY. So ADD started to print some red, gave us some hope. Qs hit a resistance, this double top right here that we couldn't get back above. And SPY was up against a resistance that we had marked here. That all those things helped me get out of that trade with green. Okay. And that was very uncomfortable for a moment there. But again, like I think it was Monday's video where I told you guys the Qs were keeping me in because the Qs were staying below resistance. And I held that trade because of the Qs. All right. So congratulations to anybody who actually held all the way down to the line. It ended up getting there, and that was wild. So again, we are green again, and that's it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you got to get some insight on what I was seeing, what I was feeling during that trade. The Qs, once again, just like I think it was Monday's trade, kept me in something that was uncomfortable for a minute. I was down a good chunk of money at one point. Fortunately, the Qs maintained that level of resistance. We started to see a little bit of weakness in ADD, even though it was basically temporary. And the chart ended up getting exactly where I hoped it would get to, giving me an opportunity to get out with a little over an 8% win. Things were expensive today. It worked out. I made my money, and then we found some additional trades to take thereafter. I didn't. I was one and done today, but we found some much nicer moves shortly thereafter. So if you're interested in watching those, go ahead and check out this video over here. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you found some useful information in this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Like to join our Discord community? Well, we'd love to have you. There's a link down below. And oh, by the way, the book, I'm hoping to make it live as early as tomorrow, but possibly the next day. Thank you guys for all your continued support. I love you. Till tomorrow. See you.